Things were not off to a great start for the Paris Eternal on Busan. Playing Zarya, Dylan aka BigNet was popping off for a majority of this map. His aggressive playstyle had the Paris Eternal falling like dominoes in the kill feed. His coordination with fellow tanks Min Sok, OGE, Son, and Lucas Note Messner saw the Dallas field dominating. Taking advantage of Soon's whiffed Graviton Surge, OGE wiped out the Eternal by using an Earth Shatter. However, Paris had a better ultimate advantage going into the next fight. The Eternal would use everything to flip back the point in their favor, but unfortunately their time on the point would be short-lived as OGE and Note combined Earth Shatter with a massive self-destruct and wiped out the Eternal to claim downtown as their own. On Sanctuary, Dallas once again started strong, but the Eternal were able to quickly flip the point this time around. After Shadowburn got a pick on one sick closer Jung, Vinci 8 AKM's Graviton Surge and the Eternal were able to wipe out the rest of the team. For a time, it seemed as though the Eternal would be able to take this map, but Dallas were able to quickly turn things around in their favor with an impressive stun from Zachary Lombardo on Brigitte. This combined with another Note bomb saw the Dallas field taking Busan on a final score of 2-0. Subbing in Danye, the Eternal decided to run a bunker composition on defense for Paris. With Danye on Bastion and Cruz on Baptiste, this composition allowed the Paris Eternal to hold off the Dallas field for quite some time. However, in a confusing turn of events, fans watched Cloudy stand in Note's Dragon Strike as his supports were taken out by Zachary on Tracer. Despite switching onto Wrecking Ball, Cloudy and Vinci decided to back off the point. Once the Dallas field had capped point A, they swapped back onto Goats. Paris was able to stabilize quickly before Dallas made their push onto point B. Danye massacred the Dallas field on Bastion. Denying 2 attempts to cap the point, it seemed like Paris would be able to hold off the Dallas field. However, soon missing his Riptire allowed the Dallas field to push through for one final fight. After getting critical picks on Cruz and Gray, AKM threw one last Graviton Surge that allowed the Dallas field to cap point B with a little more than 30 seconds left in their time bank. On attack, Paris did their best to counter Dallas's bunker composition. With Zachary hiding in the bakery behind OGE's shield, the Eternal were constantly getting wiped out. Finally getting key picks on Zachary and the Fuel's support line, Vinci was able to cap the point for the Eternal as Danye and soon took out OGE, who had gotten split off from the rest of his teammates. From there, the Eternal switched onto a Winston Goats composition. A key pick on OGE combined with an EMP from Soon and Primal Rage from Cloudy allowed Paris to cap point B with more than enough time to spare. The Dallas field would not be able to cap the first point during their second turn on attack. Extremely winnable, the Paris Eternal would not be able to push through the Fuel's bunker composition. Danye tried his best on Genji. He was able to take out Dallas' support line with ease before getting caught in a room with OGE on Winston. Unfortunately, Paris would not be able to cap the point, and the map would end in a draw 2-2. Still keeping Danye in the lineup, the Eternal were first to defend on Blizzard World. Once again, trying a triple DPS composition, the Dallas Fuel were able to cap point A with ease. From there, the Fuel steamrolled the Paris Eternal with more than enough time to spare. On attack, the Eternal once again went with the triple DPS composition. Cloudy was able to group up with the Fuel after a perfect pile drive that allowed Danye to get key picks on the Fuel's front line. A questionable amplification matrix from Zachary was not enough to save OGE, who was the only remaining Dallas Fuel member on the point. The Eternal were able to cap the point, but quickly ran out of steam as they did their best to push the payload to point B. However, the Eternal were caught a second wind and Cloudy took out the Dallas Fuel one hammer swing at a time. One giant EMP from Soon allowed the Paris Eternal to push the payload all the way to the end. Unfortunately for the Eternal, they were not able to cap the point when it came time for them to attack again. With more time in the bank, the Dallas Fuel were just simply able to steamroll through the defenses once again. The Dallas Fuel won Blizzard World on a final score of 4-3. The Dallas Fuel already had an advantage on Rialto, as it's typically not a good map for the Paris Eternal. After Dallas initially blasted through the Eternal's defenses on point A, Paris was able to hold off the Dallas field just shy of the second point thanks to Vinci eating AKM's Graviton Surge. This move denied a final fight from the Dallas Fuel. When it came time for the Eternal to attack, they went with another triple DPS composition. With Shadowburn subbed back in for Danye, fans got to see him dominate on one of his signature characters, Pharah. It seemed like Paris would be able to push the payload quickly, but the Eternal lost momentum after AKM's EMP caught Shadowburn, Cruz, and Fincy. Playing it slowly, the Eternal switched back onto Goats and were able to push through the Dallas' defenses slowly. The Eternal would win Rialto on a score of 2-1.